All right, so yes, feel free to cast your bets right now and whether or not she will partake in all the sweet goodness today. I'll tell you what, though, before you buy one, we're going to help you try to make one at home. A 4th of July party hardly feels complete without apple pie, right? So we've invited William Hertzberg of Marie Callender's, the famed Marie Callender pies, in the kitchen today, showing us how to make that perfect summer apple pie. We welcome you.
Thank you.
Funny story, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
She was not very happy. I don't know, it was like, you know, bipolar. She was happy, but she wasn't happy. She was regretting her decision to do this insanity program, and now I think it is insanity not to eat it.
It's really hard working with pies all the time.
Now, you all really have the market cornered on wonderful pies, and we wanted to show people how they can make them. Truth is, most people will just opt to go down to Marie Callender's and pick up their apple pie.
I hope so.
But let's start with the ingredients and the basics.
Okay, the two most vital ingredients are the crust, which is the dough, and the apples. We use, this is one of our shells over here.
Okay.
Have to have good quality shortening and good quality flour, a good mixture of the both.
And we can buy these in the grocery store.
Marie Callender's has, in your frozen grocery section, has these shells. That's the easiest thing to do. And the apples, of course, the most important part is the tartness and the sweetness. We use Granny Smith. They tend to hold up really well to cooking, baking.
So you'll still have a bit of a crunch and,
right,
and all the flavor.
A little bit of a crunch and the flavor and a little bit of the tart.
What about those
really
Brayburns? Can you mix it up if you like the Brayburns and you like the
Sure,
Granny
you can
Smith?
mix it up, no problem.
So then we take these, and we probably would we make more apples than we think we need?
Yes. What's going to happen is when you cook them, they're going to shrink down. So all the air in between the apples is going to come down. So it's going to come down and
deflates like a balloon.
Yeah, deflates. That's why it's important to put some holes on top of the crust to get all the air out of there, so it doesn't flatten down too much.
So the filling, do we put any butter or anything
on the
bottom?
No, we're going to mix everything.
In here?
We're going to mix everything beforehand.
Well, this is what we would have started with if
That's
we
going
really
to go on top, yeah. All it is dough rolled out.
But again, you can buy 2 of these frozen ones at the grocery store and then just thaw and put one on top.
Exactly. I just took that out of a 10th and let it thaw out and then stretch it out a little bit because you're going to need a little bit more on top than on the bottom.
Okay.
So I have 5 or 6 Granny Smith apples that we use. That's the best flavor in our opinion.
And that's a good amount of 5 or 6 if they're pretty decent size to fit for
and that's about
bite.
a 9-inch shell. And then about a cup of sugar.
Now, what about kind of keeping the apples from turning? Because as I'm looking at yours, they're beautiful. I mean, they don't look.
Thank you.
You know, they just look like they're out of a magazine.
Lemon juice will keep a lighter color. As you know, if they're exposed to the air for too long, they're going to get brown.
About how much lemon juice?
Just a couple teaspoons and mix them up real good so it covers everything.
All right.
Covers all the apples.
Not too much though, because then it'll be lemony.
Right. Plus, you're going to get you're still going to get the color, which is fine.
The glaze is amazing. I mean, the way you guys make these is just perfection.
Yeah, you like that? Thank you. And then I have about a teaspoon of cinnamon and a pinch of salt. The salt will bring out the sugar flavor, and it'll bring out the flavor of the tartness of the apples also. And then a little bit of sugar. Butter. Butter, yeah.
I'm surprised there's not more butter in that. I would have thought that there was a lot more. Do you want me to take this for you?
Yeah, thank you. And then you can melt the butter. This is going to chunk up a little bit, but once you mix it in and incorporate it nicely, yes, it'll all melt in together.
What's the secret to this shiny, glazy finish?
Well, that's just, the apples themselves have pectin in them, and it's a natural thickener. So we cook ours a little bit more to get some of the, you'll see there's a little bit of, it looks like applesauce in between some of the slices.
It does.
Because we cook a little bit more than what we have to get that consistency.
I promise you, my pie has never looked like this.
Well, we make thousands and thousands.
Not
so
even
we're getting pretty good at it now.
I'm gonna kind of just haze my mom a little bit. Even my mom's pies don't look this good.
Really?
And she's been doing it for, well, more than she's been doing it a while.
Yeah,
so.
Marie Callender, she's been doing it since 1948.
How many different flavors of pies do you have over there?
We have about 30 to 32 different flavors, depending on the season.
All.
We have featured pies, so some come and some go.
Well, my boss likes strawberry rhubarb. He's a huge fan of that.
Oh, yeah? Not a lot of people do anymore, but I
might need
like
to go take one of those over to him just
That's
to
my dad's
score
favorite
some
also.
brownie points.
So remember, they're going to mound up. Try not to have too much air in between the slices, because it's just going to deflate.
Okay.
And if it deflates too much, it'll crack that top crust. You don't want to crack it.
So we definitely want a mound because it's going to go down, but there's that good ratio of too much to too little.
Exactly. But still, try to compact them in a little bit because you don't want too much air.
Now, I know a lot of us are going to be going to those barbecues. Do you have plans or do you have to work?
No, I have to work, yeah.
Oh, no. Do I just flip this on top?
Yeah, you want to try that? I've got a
Now,
knife here, too.
If we're heading out to a party...
Good.
Sorry, I kind of got
If you're heading out to party, swing by Marie Callender's. I work on the one on Chandler Boulevard and I-10. But we have 5 in the Valley and 2 in Tucson.
Okay.
So they're all over the place.
And you have, I know that you had just, I saw the commercials, you just got over a big pie extravaganza.
The whole month of June, we have our $6.99 for all our pies.
So now we're in July, and so now as we head out into 4th of July on, what is it, Sunday? Yes, Sunday, right?
To celebrate 4th of July, we're going to highlight all of our different apple pies. They're all going to be $6.99 for the whole month of July to celebrate
well, that's a
4th
great
of July.
price.
So yeah, for people that really liked our sale, come in and get the apple pies. Everybody likes apple pie.
The one thing I do remember Mother always used to do when she does these pies is to vent.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I go ahead and do it?
Yeah, please. However way you want. You could do creative designs.
I'm
maybe
going to do
a
an
heart,
S.
maybe your friend's name, whatever you want
How's
to do.
that?
There you go. Perfect.
How narcissistic is that?
And you know what we do? These look shiny. You'll notice how our apple pies look shiny. We put a little bit of egg wash on top. Don't get it on the crust though.
Not on the
guess
crust.
What's going to happen?
It'll burn.
It's going to burn it.
Now, do we cover the crust on the outside?
We don't. You could if you want because we have that egg wash and it's just an egg beat up a little bit and then with a pastry brush, put it on the inside of it, not on the crust, and then it'll bake evenly. So by the time the apples are done, everything's going to be nice and toasted.
Perfection.
Can we do a French apple? Can we top a French apple?
Yeah, I think we will, just to eat that right in front of Andy.
I wanted you to do it.
Well, I tell you what, you can get your hands on the recipe for this apple pie and some really great tips from the folks over at Marie Callender's just by hopping over to ABC 15. Look for all of this information under the food category that's within the lifestyle tab.